Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joshablon, and welcome to part 2 of our series of means of achieving depth in an image. Now, today is going to be a rather short video because we're covering what is probably going to be the simplest method to understand out of all our 7 methods. And the method that we're going to be covering today is overlapping. Now, overlapping is basically just putting one image in front of another, and that is a very simple way of creating depth in an image. So, just going to quickly show this using circles. So, if we draw our circle, and then we draw kind of a circle behind it, and then maybe we draw a circle kind of over here, you can't tell which circle's in front. But by erasing some edges, it can make it look like different circles are in front of the other. So, for example, let's make this big circle at the bottom. Let's make that circle our front circle. So, we go through, we erase a few edges, and now you can very easily tell that this circle is the front circle. Now, I want this circle on this top right circle, I want that to be the second circle in the row. So we just erase that little bit of the circle there, and that's that. And so now you can tell that they're overlapping each other, because this circle is in front of that circle, which is in front of that circle. And so that's just a really, really easy way of creating depth in an image. You don't have to go through and erase lines. Like, if you want, you could just create a circle, create the circle without that edge because you know that it'll already be overlapping there, create another circle, or part of the circle over here because you know it'll be overlapping there, and in the end, it gives you the same effect. You can use it as many ways as you want. You can have, like, a circle and then a small circle behind it, and it shows depth. Or you can have small circles with big circles behind it. It still shows depth. Just, it can make different views. Like this view, it makes it look like this part is looking away, while this part, it seems almost like it's coming towards you. And so it can create lots of depth in an image just by overlapping things in your image. There's no fancy shading that's required. There aren't like perspective lines or anything. It's just imagining that one object is in front of another and drawing the outlines of those objects. When one object is in front of another object, some of the objects' lines in the back, they aren't seen. Like if we go back to our circle example in the beginning, this circle one down here, this entire circle, that's its whole edge line, but we don't see the whole edge line because of the front circle. And so just by showing that in your image, it's very, very easy to create just a little bit more depth in your image. This can be really useful if you're drawing maybe a forest and you have one tree in front of another tree. Or if you're drawing a house and there are some bushes that go behind the house, then you just make the house overlap. And so it is just a really, really nice and easy way of showing that something is in the background and something is in the foreground. And so that is basically all there is to overlapping. It's a very, very easy concept to use. It's used a lot in paintings and drawings and everything. So it is a really, really useful one to use. And if you get into drawing, you're going to be using this one a lot. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.